Hey, welcome. Let's get your Seint tutorial started. You will get your compact and your tins in the mail, and they come in tins like this. You just kind of push and slide and they slip out. They are magnetic, so we'll open up the compact and then they just kind of pop in, and you can pull them out and rearrange them however you want. I do recommend saving at least one top because you can use that to pop them up. So if you have them next to each other, you don't have to dig your finger in there. It'll just pop it up. So those are good to keep. And then we have got the brush. We've got the powder brush. So it's angled and real dense on one end, and then it's real fluffy on the other. So we've got the compact, and I went ahead and put your colors in it. And I just like to put them in order that we use them. That way it's just easier for me. So we've got Aura, Amber, Henna, Nude, and then this is the Vanilla Dust setting powder. I left this one empty, and on the back we have got Cupcake, Oak, and Foxy. So let's get started. I have a clean dry face, and I squirted it with toner, and I put on moisturizer, and I put on primer. I waited about 5 minutes or so after putting on that before I start applying my makeup. I'm going to take the powder brush, and I'm going to start with that angled end. And I like to start with my brightest color, and that is going to be Aura. So we're going to take that tip, and we're just going to kind of lightly dab it in, and we're just going to kind of stay in the T-zone. So we're going to do 3 marks in between the eyebrows. We're going to bring it down our nose, right there above our lip, and then down the chin. I'm going to do another little dab. And instead of like doing a whole area under our eyes for concealer, we're going to actually just do the inner corner of our eye and the outer corner. And you'll see once we get everything on and blended together, you'll get the coverage underneath your eye. But you don't want to put actual makeup right on that area because it will get cakey. You want the less makeup used on that under eye area, the better. Actually, the more coverage you get. It's kind of backwards, but that's how it works. So inner corner and outer corner. And then I just take what's left on my brush and just kind of brush it onto my eyelids. Next, we're going to go in with Amber, which is your main color. The only part I'm going to kind of skip is right here on your cheekbone. We're kind of trying to keep everything in one layer, so we're going to leave that area open. I'm going to still use that angled end, and I'm going to go into Amber, just kind of lightly dotting. And we're just going to kind of dot it in an arch across your forehead. Do it on my temple. And then all the main areas of your face, but I'm going to leave that spot open. So your nose, your side of your lip. Still, I'm not going up against my eye. Some people in the beginning find that it's easier to apply the makeup with their finger and then just blend it all together with the brush. Once you get used to knowing how much makeup to use, you can apply with the brush and blend it in. It doesn't take very much at all. You can see everything is full coverage. We literally just dotted it on and everything is full coverage. Same angled end again. We're gonna go into that henna, and I'm just kind of patting it. I'm not even really dragging it, I'm just kind of pushing in. We're going to draw a line across your forehead. Now we're going to go to that cheekbone, and I turned the brush upside down, and I'm just going to kind of flick up and back. Do the same on the other side. And then we're going to find our jawline, and we're going to go draw a line down it. And then you find the cleft of your chin. Go back about a finger width, and then I just kind of pull it down into 3 lines. And it's just like that natural shadow. That's all contour is we're putting it where the natural shadows fall on your face. So at this point, we have all 3 of your main colors on. I'm gonna wait and put your blush color on after we blend it together. So we did all those colors with that angled end of the powder brush. So now we're gonna flip to the fluffy end, and we're going to blend it all together. But instead of doing little circles, we're just going to pat and kind of push the cream into our face. While it sits on your face, it's warming up to the temperature of your skin, and it's just gonna kind of melt into your skin. I like to start from the middle of my face and then work my way out. So let's start patting. Be real gentle with that under eye area. When I get up to the contour, I'm kind of pushing and flicking back towards the hairline. It is cream, so it's gonna move until we set it. If there's any little spots that you want a little bit more coverage, you can just dab one little dab right back on there until you get the coverage you want. And it looks like we are all blended in. So I'm gonna go with the fluffy end of that powder brush and just gently pat it into that nude. And you're just gonna find kind of the apple of your cheek and go back just a little bit. And just kind of lightly pat it on until you get it the color that you want. And I kind of go back and forth from side to side. If it's too dark, too bright, whichever way you want to say it, you just keep on patting it down and it will blend into your skin. If you don't have time to wait, you can always just add a little bit of your main color and just kind of add it to it. It doesn't take much. A little bit goes a long way. And you've got your full face. Let's go ahead and do our eyes before we hop on to the setting powder. Grab any kind of eyeshadow brush that you have. I'm gonna use our smudge brush. So it's kind of got a full rounded end on the bottom and then a more pointed end on top. I'm gonna start with that full rounded end. It is a fluffier end. And I'm gonna go into that cupcake. And I'm gonna do it all over from lash line to brow line. Okay, I'm gonna take the more pointed end. It's still a very fluffy brush. And I'm just gonna do one little dab into that oak. And I have hooded eyes, which means when I look at you, you can't see my crease. Let's see how you do it. When I open my eyes like that, there's my crease, but when I open, it's gone. So I'm gonna do the color above my crease, so when my eye is open, you can actually see it. If you don't have hooded eyes, you would just do the color in your crease. And I'm just kind of making like a big V, like up above my crease, down to my crease, and then just attaching it to my lower lash line. I'm going to take the other end of the brush that we already used. I didn't add anything else to it. It just still has some of that cupcake on it. And I'm just going to kind of windshield washer it to kind of soften that edge so it's not so harsh. And then I'll do it on the other side. Okay, it's much softer, but you still got that darkness in your crease to give you some dimension. All right, so I'm gonna take that bigger fluffy side again, and I'm just gonna pat it into Foxy. And I'm gonna start from the inner corner and pat out. And that's just gonna kind of combine all those colors together and give it a nice satiny finish. And your eyes are done. If you happen to have anything fall when we were putting your eyeshadow on, you can just grab your powder brush and just lightly kind of brush it up. And I'll take it off. Okay, grab your mascara of choice and put it on. If you wanted to line your eyes, you could take a liner brush. So just a brush that has an angled end and is kind of thicker and stiffer. And you can either like scoot it in just like a little drop of water or toner, whatever you have handy. Just get it a little bit of damp. And then you can go into that oak. And I'm just gonna do a little smudge underneath just so you can see. I probably should have done it before my mascara, but see, we got a little bit of liner on this side versus we've gone over there, so let's do it over there. And then I'm gonna take the same brush, has a spoolie end on it, and I am going to do my brows. I'm just gonna fill them in a little bit. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on them. But oak has a lot of great uses. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use the setting powder. You can use the fluffy end of the powder brush if you want. You're just gonna kind of go back and forth on that setting powder. And you can just kind of pat it all over. Or you can just put it in areas where you tend to get shiny. If you have a real fluffy brush, this would be the time to use it for the setting powder. But if you don't, let's just continue to use the powder one. And you can just pat it all over. And I actually do it over my eyeshadow too because it doesn't change the color. And you are done. You have a complete face. Throw on your lips and go. I'm going to throw in a little bit of this nude. Just to give it a little bit of lips. If you have the fluffy brush, I was just going to show you, you would just, same thing, rub it back and forth in the vanilla dust setting powder and just sweep it all over. And you're done. That is Seint in a nutshell. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm super excited for you to get your products and try them. If you have any questions, I'm here for you. Just reach out and let me know. Thanks so much. Bye.